Assalamu alaikum and hello. We from Group 17 will present the impact of financial literacy towards business sustainability. We have 4 members, which are Shami, Ferdis, Yusri, and Hafizudan. For Chapter 1 Introduction, Background and Context. Every business needs well-managed management of financial. According to an article by Jianmu Yi, 2019. KBV stated that financial literacy is a knowledge resource that determines the sustainability of an organization. Next is problem statement. Financial literacy can be assumed as an important knowledge for individuals, organizations and governments in storing and accessing their income and assets for present and future use. Financial literacy hasn't been commonly using and exposed to individuals and organizations, especially SME, small medium enterprises. This can be seen there are certain SME that are unable to maintain in business for long period or unable to expand due to the short knowledge of financial research questions. The purpose of the study is to answer the following questions. Importance of financial literacy towards organizations. Relationship between financial literacy and business sustainability. Research objectives to determine the relationship of financial literacy towards business sustainability. The next chapter is literature review. First is dependent variables, business sustainability. According to an article written by Daniel Thomas Molenkamp, 2021. Sustainability refer to the ability to maintain or support a process continuously over time. Whereas in business context, sustainability is to prevent the depletion of natural or physical resources in order to remain available in long terms. Second is dependent variables 1 and dependent variables, the impact of financial literacy, according to Sandra J. Houston, 2010. Financial literacy or financial knowledge is typically an output to model need for financial educational and explain variation in financial. Defining and appropriately measuring financial literacy outcomes. Next, independent variables and dependent variables research hypothesis. H1, the better of financial literacy will be sustainable a business, and H2, there is a positive relationship between financial literacy and business sustainability. Chapter 3 is the research methodology. 1. Research design. The framework of research methodologies and techniques chosen by the researcher is known as research design. The researcher adopted this design to ensure that proper approaches were used to conduct the study satisfactorily. 2. Method and sources. Research instrument. A researcher's research design is the framework for the methods and approaches he or she will use. Researchers can focus on research methodologies that are appropriate for the topic matter and set up their studies for success thanks to the design. 3. Sampling. Quantitative methodologies were used in the research for this paper. According to this report, some responders filled out the questionnaire form that was provided. The participants in this study were Sri Lankan SMEs. We chose the sample from a population of 5 to 99 employee enterprises in the western, central, and southern regions after examining the number of definitions on SMEs. 4. Analysis plan. The sample size of 291 replies was deemed sufficient for SEM analysis because it exceeded the 200 response threshold, 102. A few missing values were discovered during the data filtering stage and replaced with the mean of the non-missing values, 103. The last chapter is implication and contribution knowledge. We must determine whether there is a relationship between company sustainability and financial literacy in this study. This study uses a variety of variables to see if financial petty among managers has an impact on a company's long-term viability. This study is significant because it will determine how financial knowledge influences a company's long-term viability. Practical implications. This research study is intended for business owners because financial literacy can be assumed to be essential knowledge for individuals, organizations and governments in storing and accessing their income and assets for present and future use. It might also provide funds for productive investment, innovation, and present and future consumption, as well as long-term, equitable economic growth. Contributes to knowledge. The results of this study will aid merchants in controlling and enhancing marketing tactics in order to increase corporate management quality. Many studies have been conducted to establish the impact of financial literacy on many areas of SME performance, particularly their long-term viability.